Hey guys! So lately I've been looking at a lot of these Japanese felting kits online, and today I have a penguin and a hamster felting kit. So let's open it up and let's do it! Now, it does come with everything you need, including the eyes. The only thing I had to supply extra was the glue, and I just used my E6000 glue. So in here it comes with instructions. They're all in Japanese, which can be a little difficult to figure out the how to actually make them. So that's what this video is for. And what I've got here is a colored instruction manual, and this one has all the instructions for the actual felting part. And they're a little bit difficult to understand, but there's lots of images, and I was comparing a lot of the characters to figure out what was for what. So here's a look at the actual instructions. And on the front, they actually show you the different sizes for what you need. But it's a little hard to understand because it doesn't say, orange or blue. So it comes with this pink and orange. It comes with some eyes, and it's got a white felt sheet here that is a square, and another blue sheet that's also square, and an orange one that's square, and then a thicker felting wool here that is for the main body. So we're gonna take our main thick wool here and just cut that in half, so we have one for our penguin and one for our hamster. And you want to cut the yellow piece into these squares here, so 2 square-like ones, a 4 by 7 centimeter piece, and a 5 by 6 centimeter piece, and a small 2.5 by 1 centimeter piece. And then you have your thick wool batting here, which I already showed you, and you're going to be using that. And then the little circles here from the white sheet, those are going to be for his belly. And the pink is going to be for the ears and some of the blush. So I also cut the white sheet, and I have 2 other pieces of the white here. One is 5 by 4 centimeters and one is 5 by 5 centimeters. It doesn't really make too much of a difference because it's just a 1 centimeter difference, but they are going to be for the feet. So let's get felting. So we're just going to roll up the thick wool part into a ball. And then just poke it with our felting needle here. Now this is going to take a while, so I've sped it up for you, and this is kind of what it looks like when you're just about done. So it's nice and round and pretty stiff as well. And then we're going to take our blue and we're going to cut it into 4 pieces. So just 4 equal squares is good. And with one of our squares, we're just going to wrap up our wool ball here, and we're going to poke that on. Now don't be worried if it looks a little weird and a little unpolished. We're gonna add another sheet in just a moment. So if you see how see-through it is, we're just going to wrap another sheet and add another layer so it's a nice blue. And then we're gonna take our other 2 sheets and we're gonna fold it into thirds here and roll this up. These are gonna make the arms. So you want it a little pointy on one end, and the other end, it's okay if it's not so, put together. So I did change to a single needle. It was easier to actually felt with that for the arms, and just attach it to the body. And then for our tummy here, we have these white circles. We're just gonna add those onto the penguin. And I did use 2 circles to get a nice white belly. And then for his beak, we're going to take our little strip of orange, roll that up, and just attach it just above the belly. And then for the eyes, I did make some holes with the needle first before I popped them in. And I just used my E6000 glue and just put those in the holes to attach them. So all we have left is the feet. So we take some of this orange wool here and we're gonna poke that until we can shape the feet. This is gonna take some fine work here, but I did manage to get something that looked like feet. And I attach those to the bottom of the penguin. And that's it for the penguin. So for the hamster, we're going to take our thick wool again and roll that into a ball. And similar to the penguin, we're going to take the orange square that we cut earlier and we're going to felt that and do a double layer. And then we have our strips here. This is the strips for the ears. So you're just going to roll that, cut them in half, and also roll up your tail. And we're just going to attach that to the little guy, so the ears on top. And the tail in the back. And then we gotta do his belly. So we've got our white again. And double layer that for a nice white tummy. And now we're gonna do his little feet. So we're gonna roll it up, we're gonna cut them in half. Mix some little balls here. And then we'll just attach it to the little guy. And then we'll want to take some of that pink and add some blush. So you only need a little tiny amount of pink. And just put it right above his hands. And I'm also going to add the pink into his ears. So I just took a little piece and I rolled it into a small ball. And I poked that in his ear. And now it's time for the eyes and his little nose. So like I did with the penguin, I took a needle and I just poked some holes of where I wanted to place them. And then I used my E6000 and I glued them right in. And that's it, guys. Look how cute they turned out. I think they turned out really nice and it's very close to the package. My penguin's arms are a little bit fat, but other than that, I think it turned out really nice. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll see you next time. Bye!